That's Gary Clark Jr. on Pure 7.8 FM. My name's Chris Ridgway. Thanks very much for joining us. And as promised before, Gary Clark Jr. there on the phone, I am joined by Max and James of Deaf Havana. Guys, how you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks very much for asking. A bit of a crackly line, but we'll stick with it for now. I wanted to kick things off, first off, by saying congratulations on top set Leeds Festival last year. It's long overdue, I know, but you're going to be there again this year.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Thank you. Looking forward? No worries. It was to be honest, I only knew a couple of the tracks when I came down, but when we left, I was one of those guys that jumps on the bandwagon and downloads everything, you know.
That's fine by me.
You looking forward to going there again this year?
Yeah, I love it. It's like one of the best festivals.
It is. We were saying the other day, me and a couple of friends, when we had 22 on, which again, congratulations on another great tune.
No, thank you.
But we were saying it's funny, like the World Cup's on and stuff. And certainly for us up here, Leeds Festival is sort of the World Cup stage.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
That and Glastonbury, you know, they're the two big ones in our eyes.
Yeah, big time.
So let's look at the new album, Old Souls.
Mm-hmm.
It came out back into last year, September time last year?
Yeah, I think sort of mid-September.
Yeah, and I was looking at your previous albums, so the kind of Meet Me Halfway, it came out in 2009, Fools and Worthless Lies came out in 2011. Is it do you plan this 2-year gap?
No, actually, no, we don't plan it at all. I guess it just happened that way. But don't plan it.
How long? I mean, I know you're still in the middle of kind of rolling through this album, but how long are you always sort of looking to work on new stuff, or do you sit back and ride this one for a bit and then pick it up later down the line, or?
With this one in particular, I've already started writing for the next one. I think I'm going to try and write it this summer, but I write when I can, and I normally try and keep writing.
Really, boss. No rest for the wicked, then, eh? So when you come to these festivals, when you come to Leeds, and obviously sister with Reading and wherever else, what do you do in kind of once your set's done or before your set? Do you stick around and watch other bands? Do you get straight off? What do you get up to?
Just hang around, cause there's normally loads of bands that we're friends with there, and there's like a really good VIP artist area where you can all hang out. So we do that for ages. We have to do a bit of press sometimes, but try and catch bands as well. Like this year, I need to watch Queens of the Stone Age, and I have to, because I always say I'm going to watch bands and I never do. But yeah, definitely go catch Queens of the Stone Age this year.
Have you seen Queens before?
No, never. I want to so bad.
Yeah, very, very interesting set. A lot of visuals and stuff. As you would imagine from Josh.
Yeah.
But I believe they're sharing the headline slot this year, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they're like swapping round, aren't they?
Yeah, for me, it's got to be Queens at the top. But
of course it does.
I would definitely agree with you on that one. Now, one thing that I did sort of notice, it was a very lively set in Leeds last year. Now I've been in bands where it's been full on stage and then again in the studio. What are you guys in the studio when it's kind of cameras off, no one's watching, guys? How is it? Much calm down? Let's just get this right, or let's do it every session?
How do you mean, like in terms of like energy or drinking or whatever?
Well, if you would, share a drink, why not? But I mean, in terms of energy, energy-wise, kind of jumping around and stuff, does that stuff kind of go on?
Nah, not in the studio. Like this, I don't know. That kind of just you can't play as well when you do that. But I don't know. Like, yeah, I think the studio's a lot more relaxed. It's quite. Because it's a lot of sitting down and working out parts and trying to make things flow, so it's definitely not as energetic as the live set.
Dare I ask, Leeds or Reading? You can say no comment if you like. That's fine.
No comment.
Safe answer.
Although I've got a sort of democratic answer. Crowds in Leeds and festival site in Reading.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that? I must admit, I've been to this. This actually been my 10th year running to Leeds Festival.
Yeah.
But I've never been to Reading. So what's the set? What's it like down
there? I don't know. It's just kind of like less spread out, and all the things where you need to, like, the artist area is well closer to the dressing rooms and stuff. Like, just as an artist, it's an easier sort of site to be on. But the crowds were better, I think, both times in Leeds.
Yeah. Do you have any other tours or any other gigs lined up other than the festival scene this year?
We've got a European tour in October, but other than that, I have no idea.
Is it you guys that plan that, or do you kind of work with a management team? Or
yeah, we work with like an agent group, and they kind of do it for us. And I'm so like unorganised. I never know what's going on.
Just stick me on the bus. Just
Yeah,
stick me on
literally.
the bus, and I'll just give
Yeah.
me a Game Boy.
Yeah.
So, how do you find like downtime activities? I've often found, speaking to bands, some guys like to just, very arty types lock themselves away and feng shui it up, and others like to say, no, we get out and experience the bars and stuff. What do you guys do when you're around?
Bars, get out. Get out and
It
see places.
can take a while cramped up in a hotel room,
Oh, I'd rather be outside. Well, if it's nice weather. But yeah, we tend to try and have a wander and see what we can. And there's nothing worse than like staying in a hotel room all day, every day.
No, I can completely sympathise with that. As I understand it, there's some siblings in the band. Is that right?
Yeah, and me and the long-haired, skinny guitarist is my brother.
Right. I must admit, because my brother plays also, and
Yeah.
I've got to admit he's 1,000 times better than I am. But I can say that because we're not in a massive band. So, do you guys do? Is it competitive, or are you very much on the same page and shooting for the same goal kind of thing?
Yeah, no, it's not competitive. It's
No.
not competitive at all. We write well together and work well together. He is an idiot, but in terms of music,
He might
it
hear
works
this,
well.
He might hear this.
I'll make sure he does.
No, good man, good. So I know it seems a bit kind of standard, kind of not very adventurous question, but we always like to ask kind of these guys what kind of bands put you in the thinking of in the frame of mind that I want to start a band. A lot of bands have inspirations and stuff, but is there any that maybe we don't know about that you think we want to be like those guys?
At the start, it was like I don't know. I wanted to sing because I heard like Jeff Buckley years ago, but I don't know if I ever even wanted to be in a band. I just knew that I wanted to play guitar and knew that I wanted to make music, but it formed as like a thing to do. But I don't know. There are bands that make us want to keep. I don't know. It's hard to. Every time someone asks me a question like this, I can never ever think of any bands.
I love being the king of awkward kind of. The worst question I've always found to ask or to answer is what sort of music do you play? So I'm not gonna ask that one. I will ask though, when it comes to gigging, and obviously we spoke about festivals and Leeds and Reading and wherever else. When it comes to gigging versus festivals, like your own intimate sets or your own bigger stages, what is there a personal preference for you? Is there pros and cons on both sides? Because a lot of bands, they say, we don't really like festivals. We much prefer to do your own gigs.
Nah, I'm the opposite. I love festivals. You can just literally turn up late, go on, get off, have some beer. I think it's more relaxed.
How very Axl Rose.
I don't mean late on stage, but I mean you don't have to get there like 10 million hours before you play.
Yeah.
You don't have to like do sound check and stuff. They both have pros and cons though. Like obviously headline shows are wicked because you get to play purely what you want to play and purely for your own fans. But I like the idea of like trying to win people over with festival performances.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, when you look at kind of bands, and I'm thinking that it's quite apparent your progression. Obviously, last year you were on the NME stage. This year, you're on the main stage, which must be a great feeling for you guys. Do you sort of see yourself as taking steps? This is the next step now. Do you know? Second stage onto the main stage. Bands are going to be sort of looking to you for inspiration, thinking, I want to be like those guys in a few years.
I certainly hope so, and I certainly hope we can continue doing that. And I hopefully with like new material as well, that will make people want to be like us. But I don't know, whatever comes is good.
It's good to hear. It's quite refreshing actually. I've a couple of guys we've spoken to, to hear that you're constantly on this new cusp of we're not sticking our feet up, we're not enjoying it. We are enjoying it, but we're gonna get straight back onto writing new things rather.
Yeah.
Because I had quite an interesting chat with the band Dodgy the other week, and they made a really good point that so many bands who you see, they have success with maybe one album or two albums, and then they ride it for the rest of the career.
Yeah.
And then, in 20 years when they're still playing the same stuff, they're basically a covers band.
Yeah.
Because
it's literally it. That's a good point.
It was So it was quite refreshing to hear you guys say, no, even though we're having this success at the moment, and sort of embracing that.
Yeah, man. You gotta keep going. I get bored so easily. I'm always wanting to write new stuff anyway. So.
Do you see yourself? I mean, obviously not at the moment because it's going really well. But do you ever see yourself kind of adapting style, or maybe changing your writing skills to bring in different influences, or are you very kind of this is our stuff? This is our signature?
Always. I'm the opposite. I always want to change. Like every album, I think should be a different sound and should be because I have a very short attention span, so like I get bored of the same genre very quickly. So I'm always wanted to change.
Nice work, nice work. Well, I'm going to let you get off in a sec. Whereabouts are you based now? What's going on at the moment with Deaf Havana?
Pretty much in majority of us are in and around London, so it's pretty convenient. But a couple of them still live in the countryside in Norfolk, which is a bit weird.
So I'm guessing you have to travel a long way to rehearse then, if you.
Yeah, we barely ever rehearse. That's another annoying thing. I want them to move down here, but I don't know. It's up to them.
Barely rehearse. I think that's interesting. Like, how much prep goes into something like a main stage appearance at Leeds? Because for me, that's the appearance at Wembley. That is, you know, main stage at Leeds. That's a big one. How much preparation goes into that, or do you just
less than you think? Probably. I think for us personally, if we rehearse too much, it just becomes like counterproductive after a while, and we just end up getting on each other's nerves. So it's kind of like we'll just have like a 1 day rehearsal, not even a whole day, but like just to make sure we've got iron out all the creases.
It's good.
And a warm-up show as well, yeah.
Oh yeah, I believe is it Cambridge?
Yeah, this year's Cambridge.
I did notice that. Yeah. It must be kind of quite satisfying when you look back. You must have done. I mean, I must admit, I don't know the ins and outs of the Deaf Havana kind of pub gigs and bar routes that you must have taken. You know, every band, it's like a rite of passage almost. But it must be quite a satisfactory feeling to look back and think we did it the right way. You know.
Yeah. It's great. It's really satisfying because we did the playing in front of no one and playing in front of 3 people for like £10 and a packet of crisps for years and years and years. So it's kind of like when I think back on it, it is satisfying. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, like I say, I'm going to let you roll. Thanks very much for your time today, and thanks for obviously giving us a bit of an insight into what it's like, you know. If you could just do us a favour, just maybe say hello to us on stage at the main stage. No, we can't ask you to do that.
No, you can, definitely.
No, it's all right. You guys go out and enjoy the gig. We'll keep an eye out for you. If we see you around sharing a beer, we're going to be at Queens of the Stone Age as well.
Definitely.
We'll pop over and say hello, you know.
Yes, please do.
No worries, man. Well, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much, mate. Take care.
Buddy. And you, bye.
Bye.